Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick video today with one thing you may or may not have thought of for helping with rain rot, scratches, mud fever, whatever you want to call it. Because if where you live is anything where I live, the floods are biblical, it's April and it's still snowing, it is a disaster. And so even if you have a 24/7 barn-stabled princess or you have a young baby who's outside 24/7, it's probably something that you're a little bit worried about because it can be, painful, unsightly, and kind of pernicious. So, you want to be aware of it. So one thing you may or may not have considered is, should you apply a barrier cream to your horse's legs to help stop the moisture from getting there and therefore try and cut it off at the pass? So the bacteria that causes all the damage, it gets in when the skin gets compromised. And basically, if your horse is out in the wet and the muck and that skin gets wet, it can compromise their skin barrier, have a little crack, and bacteria gets in, and it's off to the races. So should you apply a barrier cream? Well, like most things, it depends. So first off, if you are thinking about using Vaseline, you do want to use name brand Vaseline and not an off-brand, because some of these other petroleum jellies that aren't manufactured in the US aren't held to those same manufacturing standards, and so they can have carcinogens in and not be a safe to use, basically. So the other thing you have to remember is that Vaseline, the idea is that you're creating a barrier to keep moisture out, and it also locks in whatever's underneath there, including any bacteria. So you only want to apply any sort of barrier cream if you've thoroughly cleaned and dried your horse's legs beforehand. Otherwise, there is a good chance that you're gonna make things worse by inadvertently locking in bacteria underneath. So if you're gonna do this, wash your horse's legs, get them clean and dry before you go throwing anything on there so you don't give yourself a worse time. If you're fighting an active infection, look for an antibacterial shampoo to lather up with. And of course, Vaseline isn't the only thing that you can use. There are plenty of alternatives to that work just as well. So think of something with olive oil or beeswax or lanolin. You can even try mineral oil, coconut oil, vegetable oil, but just something that will provide a little bit of a barrier so that the moisture can slide off your horse's legs better. So as a final thought, many horsemen also really swear by the combination of mineral oil as a barrier combined with sulfur as an antibacterial to, it's kind of this dream team to keep scratches at bay. So the other thing is you may want to clip your horse's legs or clip any sort of feathers because that can really trap moisture against your horse's skin. So those are some quick thoughts today just to help you fight the good fight against scratches, rain rot, mud fever. Give this a thumbs up, and we'll see you again soon. Happy trails.